And action.
So hello everyone and welcome again to our very special series of podcasts with Miles Alumni living their American dream. And today on the show we have a very special guest, again a Miles Alumni, Disha, who's from Bangalore and now in the US, in Cleveland, Ohio, living her American dream. So Disha, how's been your journey?
Amazing. It was sort of a roller coaster ride, I would say. Everything was last minute in my case. So yeah, I started with my application, I think, in the end, like almost in March, and that's very late.
Because Indians, we love that, right? We get an adrenaline, right? Last moments are so much fun.
Yeah, so
deadlines,
much fun.
last moments.
Yeah, we just, thrive on it. So I started my application process in 2022 March. And I finally, last minute tak bhi kuch hua nahi tha. So April 6th, somehow I submitted. And then May 20th, aa gaya tha result ki, yeah, you have been selected. And then by then, in my street, there's another guy who was going to Arizona State University. It's like his result for visa also had come out. And I had not even started with my visa slot, applying also. So I was like, skeptical. Matlab seat to mil gaya hai, ki visa slot milega ki nahi. And there were so many rejections happening. So I was scared. So let's go with the flow karke, all the time I was positive. So, but I was not having expectations like, let's see, until I reach, it's like, let's see, one step at a time.
Amazing. And when you finally got your US visa, which is like a very aspirational thing, though, of course, everybody in your cohort got it.
Yeah.
Who was the first person you called?
I think that was my dad, of course. I called my dad and a couple of other friends of mine. So since my interview was in Kolkata, and straight like 12 people got rejected in front of me, and I was the first one to be selected.
People were non-Miles, right?
Non-Miles. I was the only Miles, and I was the only person from accountancy background. They were all techies. So 12 people right in front of me, and
so 12 techies got rejected, and the accountant got
in. 13th, lucky 13th. Like, your visa is, approved. I was just giving him a stare and, maybe he thought I did not have the courtesy to even thank him. And then I was like, I don't know what was the thing. I was like, before he changes his mind, I'll just run from him. I just run. Then when I didn't know 12 people got, because I had made up my mind, I'm not going to listen whatever is happening. So there were, posters put up about US and all. I was just reading all those facts. I was not paying attention to what was happening because I was like, okay, this might affect me. So while walking through, I was just reading. And when I came out, people asked, what happened to your result? I'm like, I got approved. It's like, 12 people got rejected. You're the first one to be approved for the day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how does it feel being an accountant, all the way in the US, where traditionally this path has been so many engineers, right? Techies coming to America, and this is like the first time a cohort of accountants. How does it feel being an accountant and in America?
Adventurous, actually, because it's something not heard of, because here there's a requirement, you should have spent like 15 years of education, but we have only, 16, but we have only 15 because 3 years of BCom. Right. So wherever, it was not like I was not trying to come to US. As in background, I was doing all sort of research. I was trying in Masters of Business Analytics, all that I was thinking of.
So like a proper STEM course.
Yes, the proper STEM course. Yeah. So I was trying to do all that, and what I was figuring out is everywhere, there's a 16 years thing. There are so many prerequisites you have to go through, and you have to give a GRE and all that. So I was like, how is this going to happen in such a short time? And then I came across this, where I was registered for CPA with Miles. So, this thing used to come in my inbox, and I was like, what is this US thing going on, US thing? It used to flash in front of me. Still, I was busy with my work and all that, and I was like, I didn't click on it and really go through it. Then somehow it came out. I was like, I have to see today what it is. Then I joined the webinar. Then I was like, okay. Then he's telling, you can still apply and you can get enrolled in the fall. I was like, how is this possible? Then it's like, there is no GRE,
so
there's a waiver.
You started, your first time got to know is March, and August you were here.
Yes, August 17th I landed. My visa interview was on July 19th.
Wow. Good with dates.
Yeah, July 19th, my visa.
So March you got to know, May 20th you get your admission.
Yeah.
July
and,
19th
yeah.
you get your visa.
And this May 20th, I'm going to graduate.
Amazing.
Within 1 year, I completed everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So now when you look at that entire hustle and tussle that you had during that period in terms of applications, and you said you're a friend from Arizona State. What was he going for? Was it an accounting guy or an engineer?
No, he was an engineer. So this guy actually, so he's an engineer from India, and he has done his MBA from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. And he was drawing a very good package there. And now he's come down. He paid like 60 to 70 lakhs, and his course is also for like 9 months, and now he's telling, you came within 5 months, you got a job also, and I'm still worried about my job. My course is coming to an end and I've invested so much. Me being a techie, it's so hard to find a job because of the job market, but you already landed a job. You actually landed 2 jobs. Okay, he was teasing me. So yeah, so that way I feel, my investment is very low, and I landed job in one of the big 4s. So yeah, it's
So how did it feel when you got, so one was of course the Eureka moment when you got your visa and you called everybody and stuff. Then you came to the US and got a job with Deloitte. How did it feel that day?
So the story that day, what happened, Sai had already, my roommate, she had already landed the job. So I was like, how is it going to be? So I was like, chill, it's okay, it's going to be easy. And then I was Phil.
Sai is always so chill, right?
Yeah, she is very chill. She's very positive, epitome of positivity. So but still, something, when you come from a background like CA where everything is tough to get, when things are, happening for you, you can't sort of believe. So when the interview day came, and I was still like, let's see what happens. Then I finished my interview and she was like, aaj hi aa jayega result. You'll know. I'm like, no, that person said 1 week she is going to take. Then I went to my part-time. So I was, doing omelets, tossing omelets there. And I get a call like, hi, how was the interview and all that, the HR routine questions. And like, they liked you a lot, we are offering. I was like, really? 2 minutes before she had texted saying, you'll get the offer today itself. And I was like, oh wow.
I think
got
you will have to get Sai texted.
Yeah, and I immediately texted Sai. She was just on, I was texting her and then she's like, you already got? I just said. And then immediately, because in India it is night, then I texted my mom saying I got a job, then my brother. It's like 2 different continents. Like my brother is 16 hours ahead of me.
In Australia.
Yeah, he's in Australia. So it is, that way it was little hard, back in India you just call and you tell and you can express your emotions, but when you're here, in different time zone, expressing that and all becomes hard. Then comes this family where you're staying with these people and you tell them and you celebrate together.
Nice. And how was the celebration like? When you came to the US, what kind of expectations did you have? Was it in line with your expectations? Was it very different?
No, I was very real because my friends were already here. From other background, of course, the techies.
Engineers.
Yeah, engineers. Okay. So they were like, you have to slog. You have to slog. It's not going to be easy.
Did you slog?
Of course. In terms of job application, I've done an incredible job. Like I had this spreadsheet where I knew what was the status, everything. I was very organized in that. Very focused on that part for sure, more than studies. So because the ultimate goal was to land a job. So I was very real. But then I was excited actually. I was a person who was very independent back at home also. And this independent life again, that was exciting. Then immediately things were happening for me quick because I was the first one to land here an on-campus job as a business consultant here with the Fowler Center.
It's a business consultant on campus?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
So there's a center called Fowler Center here.
Sure.
And so they are in collaboration with Youngstown Business Incubator, and they have this federally aided projects. Wherein you're trying to help these veterans and widows tech enable their business. Wow. So there I come into the play wherein I make them understand how you're supposed to, use QuickBooks, Zolve and other accounting tools, because these people are very quick in learning. So you're just trying to help them, this is how you maintain your books, because they don't want to depend on a CPA or anything, because of course you cannot, it's a startup. So that's how, and then but this process was interesting for me because I learned all these softwares in the process because I had to teach them. So I had to learn all of this. Wow. It was interesting. I even learned about Ohio Gateway, tax. All of that happened, and there was, interaction with the locals. So I'm a person who likes to talk. I like to talk, and I like interacting with people from, different background, diverse background. I like to travel, all that. So it was very exciting. And also I joined the Commons. That is the mess here, like how we have college mess back in India. We have the
Commons. So you're like doing a business consultant job and a Commons?
Yeah, Commons.
Like do part-time jobs?
2 part-time jobs.
Okay, wow.
And
so
then,
college and 2 part-time jobs, wow, okay.
Yeah, and then there
Commons, we were doing the omelette wala thing.
Yes, I do a minimum of 150 omelets per, it's an 8-hour stretch. Okay. So I do like 150 omelets per day.
In 9 months, you've done studies, you've done 2 part-time jobs. I mean,
I think all of us were working hard. We were very focused. We knew we were balancing out. It's not like we were all scholars in our, but we maintained our GPA 3.5 and above. That is a requirement. We internal
like 4 GPA people.
Yeah, versus them, people who are doing part-time, we thought, yes, this is how, and let's balance because you have your application process also going on. So we were maintaining, but it was very exciting. And your personality develops. Every day, when you're accomplishing all this, your confidence just keeps shooting.
Amazing. This is like really inspirational.
Yeah, so after this, I even got into clubs where I got into leadership position. Wow. I was executive vice president in Women in Business and vice president in Weatherhead Finance Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. And how did you find time for all of this?
I just wake up because this is something I love to do. So yeah, I'm a little extrovert, I like to go beyond the books.
Very nice. Very nice.
I like to engage with the locals and yeah.
So now that you come to US and you're an extrovert, how do you find the guys here?
Actually, I don't it's like I got lost in all this so much that there was not much, time to observe people. But then, I think guys from US, I would say, they're nice to talk to. They're very warm. Something.
You've never dated any of them?
Never had the opportunity. Nobody asked me. I think everybody is like,
See, it's not like India. It's not just about, the guys asking the girls
out. Yes.
You can also ask the guys out.
Yeah, sure. That is there. But then either they're committed, because here they find their sweethearts at the age of 16 itself. So they are already dating. So, to find that single guy, it's very hard.
Or maybe you haven't tried hard enough with all your jobs and all of that.
Yeah, actually that could also be the reason.
And how excited are you with joining Deloitte? So you're going to be staying back in Cleveland.
Yes, I got placed here in Cleveland.
Schooling in Cleveland and Deloitte in Cleveland. How excited are you?
I wanted to go to another place, but then fate had me, you have to work here. Let's continue.
So Cleveland was like, no, let's keep her here. Let's get a job here.
Yeah, but it's exciting. But because Cleveland, Ohio is also the place where 70% of the public companies are there. And, EY started here. So it's not like there's no scope or anything. And there are amazing people working here. So yeah, it's okay.
And, that you're starting in tax and you've not really done US tax. And back in India, I think you're working in India tax. So,
yes.
How's that journey? And how does that connect with the business consulting that you did when you were helping firms, startups in terms of setting up their accounting, or that's all unrelated and just came through?
It's not like I planned all this. So, tax here, this US taxation thing, because I like law and I like to solve the puzzle. And it's like, trying to know where are the caveats in the legal way. It's fun to do. So that's why I went towards the tax domain. Also, it's something new, let's figure it out. And I know that there's a very big crunch in talent here in tax. So somewhere there you have to, that's somewhere you can explore and grow. Probably you'll be growing exponentially when compared to your other peers who are in the other domain, because there's such a crunch. And if you're somebody, willing to work hard, and Indians are not, foreign to the concept of working hard. We work really hard. So yeah, I think I'm very confident that I'll be able to, do something great there.
And how is shopping in America?
Shopping is amazing.
I hear from Ujjwal, the
Yeah,
Kanhaiya in your batch,
yeah.
that all of you spend most of your time at H&M.
Yeah. we go to this place called Beachwood. So downtown Beachwood. So Beachwood is amazing. So it's a little puzzling. It's not like the style here is very different from how you used to style back in India. So you get to experience. First, you go into a shock. Oh my God, they dress like, it's the way they color their hair, the way they style, the way they wear their shoes. Everything is very different. Then that takes, okay, you observe for a while. Okay, this is how it is, and then the new style pattern
like
comes
the
in.
Desi girl becoming Americanized, baptized.
So it's not even like, you go shopping all the time. It's all about window shopping. Then you understand the trend. Then you're like, okay, now let's enter the game.
Not bad. And how's food?
Food, I'm lucky I cook.
Okay.
My roommates also cook, so it's like very Indian food we get. But then here also I have Chipotle. I like Chipotle.
Okay.
So I go have
Mexican.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it. And then we have the commons also.
Okay. Commons where you do the omelets.
Yes, where I toss the
you also
omelets.
Eat, so like make 150 omelets and eat one.
Oh my God, it's like I have 7 pans at a stretch. Like, yeah, you just, the omelets, how they make here is very different how they make back in India. So it's like a lot of things go. You have spinach, you make it as per their wish. Like you have a lot of ingredients kept, and then they choose, like we want ham, we want turkey, or we want sausage, or.
So you've become like a perfect American cook also.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like the chef here. Confidently, I can say, there is not much spice here. You just have to put in things and just put it on the stove. So, kha lenge.
Very nice. Very nice. So, guys, so Disha also had a dad who passed away while she was doing her master's. So, he had cancer. So, Disha, how was that? I mean, you were in the US. Your dad was unwell, and then he passed away while you were here. So, how did that feel that you're not with him at this last moment? And when you were coming, I mean, what did he say? I mean, how was this? It was tragic, but
yeah. So 13th, I remember. So August 14th was my flight from Bangalore to Delhi. And 17th August is when I was supposed to leave to US. And 13th, I hospitalized him in a condition where he was not recognizing me because the sodium had got down. And it was very painful for me, but I had to stay strong because my mom, I cannot live in a situation wherein I'm sobbing, and that wouldn't be, I had to stay strong. So I hospitalized him, but it was very tough. I felt guilty also. Like, I'm leaving my father at this juncture. I mean, but I had a hope that no, there is time. I can still come visit, and with a degree, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to
show him that your daughter's graduating.
Yeah, but he was very supportive of me. No matter what, he was very supportive of me. So after I left, that's when he stopped talking. Also, but still, I don't know. I was waiting for some miracle to happen. He's going to bounce back. Maybe we probably, one more year. Somehow this is going to happen. Everything has been in my favor so far. It'll happen. But then, September 19th, here in US time, it was September. There it was morning, September 20th. I got a call from my brother, like, Dad's no more. And it was first, it was hard to accept. I mean, hard, and you don't accept, it doesn't sink in. Like, how did this happen? And eventually it was like, I knew he was suffering. So it was more like, see, what happened, my mom was actually not showing me him on video call for a month. And I think just 4 days before he passed away, for some reason, I was like, show him no matter what. And then all I could see is just ventilators, all wires and everything. And that moment I thought, like, it's time for me to allow him to go. It's okay if it's like he has to move on. And that that I thought in my head. And, within 4 days, he passed away.
So your dad's up there now.
Yeah, I feel it. We always think, I feel many things, it's like I have my iPad and I write letters to him on that. Like, every day what I do, Dad, I did this. Because I had the habit of telling him everything. So I do that. So things happen that time, it's okay. If something happens, that's how the job in Deloitte also, happened.
You told him that you got the job and you were happy about it. And what did he say?
It's like, I feel him, like he's there looking at me. Yeah.
So any message that you would want to pass to him? I mean, and this video is going to be up there. So what would you?
He's always been there at the time when I was difficult also to be loved, because I was a tough child. Yeah, I was a tough child.
Who doesn't listen to everything.
Yeah, it's like I am his daughter. Like I'm exactly like him. But he understands no matter what. He was a very progressive father. Like he never stopped me from doing anything. You want to go do it like that. So yeah, he has always, even till my last part, I mean, he was the one who signed everything for me. I mean, my loan, everything. He made it happen for me to come here. Of course, my brother is there. But yeah, it was his blessing is still there with me,
Nice. And now today, look, you're in America, living your dream. You have an amazing job with the biggest of the big four, right?
Yeah.
Here in America, and you're like a role model to so many accountants back in India. I mean, many of them are doing the local qualification. Of course, many of them are doing CPA with Miles. Doing great. Of course, a lot of opportunities. A lot of people come back to us and they're like scared and they're like worried. Okay, hey, this is too good to be true, right? When we say, okay, hey, we've cracked the puzzle, we found the pathway. Of course, and we don't really have a lot of seats. We have a limited number of seats. We started with Case, first university, and today now we have 12. We're expanding the number, but it takes time converting those masters in accounting into STEM and getting them eligible for the 3-year OPT. So we have a lot of people coming in, but of course, more inquiries, more people than the number of seats. But we still see that nervousness, that cold feet, right? Will this really happen? What would be your message to all these accountants?
I understand where that fear comes from, because it's a big amount to invest in. But that was in my head too, the payback. You have to get back all the money.
The financial model.
Yeah. So I understand that, but it's just come, because the first batch is already out and we have like 100% placement. Like almost all of us have got placed. Probably not in Big Four, everybody, but at least in the top 10. Everybody. And it's a good thing. Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, getting a job itself is great here. So, the plus point for them would be that we are already here and you already have an alumni to connect with. Correct. And everybody can refer you. Correct. And referring and networking here is a big thing. So, you already have people, from you, who are your seniors who are already there, and we are already there to tell you, see, this is the pitfall, don't go there. This is where you have to go, what you have to do, what not to do, because we did a lot of trial and error and then we figured out. But you might not have to do that because we are there to guide you here. And yeah, don't worry about, money. There is a lot of facilities. There are a lot of avenues through which you can come.
You said don't worry about money, and you have a loan on you?
Yeah, I have a loan on me.
So when do you start repaying back the loan? When you start working with Deloitte, that's when your EMI starts?
Yeah.
Already started? No?
Already started. I mean, it was from an Indian bank. So I already started paying my interest.
With your part-time job?
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty self-sufficient, and my brother also takes care. So yeah, my mom or my brother, they also pay it off. I mean, sometimes they just say it. Mostly what I do is instead of taking the cost of living expense from there, I use my part-time jobs, dollars to sustain myself here.
Got it.
Yeah.
For all your shopping and everything.
Yeah, and I'm confident probably in a year or so I'll be able to complete my loan as well.
So you're not going to extend it for 3 years?
No, I'm just going to complete first. just get it
Get the loan off.
I mean, if you're gonna stretch it, your
But was
interest,
it like
the
a
cost
big
is going to
worry when
increase.
you took that loan up?
I was not worried. Frankly speaking, I was not. I was very confident. I just have to, get into the plane, land there. I will get a job. I don't know. I was very positive.
And when you got into the plane and when you landed there, did the positivity continue?
Yes.
The air was...
I mean, like I said, things were in my favor. I was able to land 2 part-times here, and then I was networking well. But probably I was not the first one to get the other job, because we are people with experience. So I don't know what was the problem there, but because of the fact that we are internationals, that was there.
And this entire OPT for accounting is a new concept for a lot of firms, and of course now we are socializing with all of the public accounting firms, and they're loving this. They're like, okay, hey, give us accountants, give us people in audit, give us people in tax. Like,
in fact, the interesting part is I interviewed for 4 or 5 companies. I mean, the firms, and they were all interested in taking me immediately, but unfortunately they were like, I want you to start now.
Start yesterday.
So but then I am not legally allowed to work. I have to wait till graduation. I have to get my EAD and all. So they were like, okay, we'll circle back to you, when you get that. So there's no problem with getting a job. I would say I can assure you that you'll get a job.
Amazing,
for sure.
Amazing. Very nice. Very nice. And how was your experience with Miles overall in this journey of yours? I mean, you have to complete your CPA, so since your job is not yet done.
I'll promise. I'm going to finish that,
You're promising it on camera.
Yes, I'm going to finish it in next 3 to 4 months for sure.
If everybody is listening.
Yes, I promise. I'm going to complete it.
How was your journey with Miles so far?
It's been great. I mean, this was the only university I applied for, that is CASE. So because Miles did, whatever it was, they came up with this idea, like, taking people from here to there, or else this wouldn't have happened, I'm from commerce background. I don't have techie knowledge. You need prerequisites in tech to come into US for any other STEM course. But here that was not the case. So I'm very thankful to Miles, coming up with venture of, sending us to this CASE Western, and I don't think all this could have been sitting here and talking without Miles. They backed me up everywhere. First with the application process, how to go about it. We did not have to do a lot of research about CASE, because CASE is the top in Ohio, and it is ranked, I guess, in the top 40
in the country.
In the country. So that way I was not worried at all. Okay, it is a very good university. So I'm not worried about that. So they had done their due diligence already. So that was one out of my way. So that saved a lot of my time. And then coming to the visa part, of course, you are going to play 70% of the role, but there is that 30% factor also, that was played by Syed sir, wherein he prepped us. Like, this is how you're supposed to talk, don't talk. He told what are the don'ts. Okay. Rest you can handle it. So what are the don'ts? He prepped us very well. And he was very excited. He was, constantly following up with us.
He keeps doing that. He had his entire team. All nights they're on, because people are working, so they catch them in the evening.
I remember, like, my previous night of my visa interview, I was on call with him. Like, don't worry, go. Like, but still, he was very supportive. Very amazing. And even the booking of the slot and all that, because most of us were working, and completely to give attention to this entire process of our application was hard. So that's where Miles, helped us booking the slot, visa slot, and they have handheld us.
And you have had like a cohort of 27 students coming in at one go. Yeah. So was it good?
It was exciting. I mean, we had each other, or else we would have lost our mind by now. Like
what's your flat number?
Minus 411.
So you have people in 311, 611?
Yeah, we have people in 311, 411, 612. And then 711 and 811. So we are all 11s together, all the 11s together. Nice. So it was amazing. So we used to come together. We used to cup sometimes we used to have potlucks.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my flatmates even came up with the idea of having cooking competition and all. I don't know when it is going to take off.
But you would have won, right?
I don't know. There are better cooks than me, I'm sure. I'm just a survivor. But then mine is American
you can
style.
Make American omelette.
Yeah, American omelette. Probably they will be excited about it. Yeah, sure.
Amazing. So very nice talking to you, Disha. And I'm sure your dad is going to be very, very proud of you.
I'm sure.
So many, many congratulations on this journey, getting a job, and wish you, all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.